NFL Live is presented by Dr. Scholl's.
News this afternoon from the Green Bay Press-Gazette. Beat writer Ryan Wood says Packers coach Mark McCarthy says Brett Hundley will be a full participant in Wednesday's practice. His strained hamstring apparently not holding him back. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, the Eagles flying high. They are 8-1 and on a roll, riding a 7-game win streak, their longest since '04. They went to the Super Bowl that year. Philly's defense not too shabby either, allowing an NFL low 60 rushing yards during that streak. Not to mention their pass D has been good, tied for an NFL best 10 picks during that time. And how about the quarterback? Carson Wentz has thrown 19 touchdowns, just 3 picks over the 7-game run with multiple touchdown passes in the last 5 games, the longest streak by an Eagles quarterback since Donovan McNabb in 2006. And as the Eagles get ready to take on those Dallas Cowboys Sunday night in Texas, we will welcome Sal Paolantonio from South Philly. Sal.
Wendy, I was just on the practice field. Take a look at this. This is Carson Wentz practicing, rolling out to his left. The point of emphasis from Doug Peterson and the coaching staff is that Carson Wentz has got to protect himself against the Dallas Cowboys. They have a very underrated pass rush. DeMarcus Lawrence leads the NFL with 11.5 sacks. It's all about protecting Carson Wentz, and the numbers show that he needs protecting. 2017, after 9 games, Carson Wentz hit while running or throwing 63 times, 6 most in the National Football League. Last year, after 9 games, just 42 times hit while running or throwing. And I asked Carson Wentz, are you getting tired of the fact that the coaches keep harping on you to protect your body? Listen to this.
You know, it's part of it. It's part of it. It's always a process. I mean, we talk about it at shoot teams every week about just how you can, where you can improve in really every facet of the game, and that comes up here and there as well.
You can tell, Wendy, by the look on his face that he isn't exactly embracing all of this coaching up of staying out of harm's way, because when you watch him on the football field, he likes to give up his body. And by the way, did you hear him use the word the process? We're in Philadelphia, right? Got to use the process once in a while.
Got to use the process. He's a young quarterback, though, still feeling invincible, but be careful. If we're talking streaks, how about the Redskins, or the Saints, I should say, who head to New Orleans? The Saints are hot as well. 7 straight wins following an 0-2 start. New Orleans rushed for a franchise record 6 TDs last week. Our Saints reporter Mike Triplett has more.
Thanks, Wendy. Who would have thought the Saints' run game would be making history? They ran the ball on 24 straight plays this past Sunday at Buffalo, the most by any NFL team in 28 years. Finished with 298 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns. But it was not just that blowout in Buffalo. The Saints have called a higher percentage of run plays than ever before in the Sean Payton Drew Brees era, and it's an even 50-50 run-pass split during their 7-game win streak. Now, obviously, the great defense they've been playing has allowed them to do that, but a ton of credit goes to Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara, maybe the best running back duo in the NFL right now. This isn't a thunder and lightning situation. They're both a little of both. Their versatility is a big reason why the Saints let Adrian Peterson go, both on pace for more than 50 catches and more than 1,400 yards from scrimmage this year. Back to you, Wendy.
Thank you, Mark Ingram, Kamara. I mean, just the way we all drew it up, or not. I mean, just hard to believe. They're not the Saints of the past few years, that's for sure. Let me ask you this. They're both impressive. Impressed more by Philly and that turnaround, or what we're seeing in New Orleans, Danny?
I think with New Orleans, I mean, listen, you got to give Sean Payton a lot of credit. This team has been a pass-happy team, but now to have balance where you're running the football, which is allowing your defense to have a little bit more rest. Remember, this is a defense that's been historically bad over the last couple of years.
I'll give you those in a minute.
Like,
yeah, I'll let Coach break down the numbers, but the changes and the improvement on the defensive side of football has just been phenomenal. Kind of reminiscent of when they had that Super Bowl run.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Back in, I think, 2008 or whatever it
Yes.
was. But I think what New Orleans is doing right now has just been phenomenal.
It just seems to be working, and not just in one area. I mean, it's all working.
Yeah, and Damian makes a great point, and I would say the Saints as well. We figured the Eagles were going to be a better team. Didn't think they were going to be this good at this point, but the Saints dramatically, especially on the defensive side of the football. When you think about them last year at this time, they were giving up 28 points a game. They're only giving up 18 right now. They are a top, it's hard to say, they're a top 5 defense in the National Football League, these New Orleans Saints. So they are playing well. They know how to play with the lead, and it's going to be very difficult to beat these guys at home again.
Did you think you'd talk about that defense in those terms this season? I don't think anybody did. You'd have to have a crystal ball. Maybe the Saints did, but I didn't.
Dennis Allen, Dennis Allen,
great job.
the coordinator, has done a tremendous job with coaching up that defense because, boy, they're flying around.
You got to tip your hat. There's no question. Aaron Wilson of the Houston Chronicle with an update. Our press coverage. Will Fuller practicing due to rib injury. Not expected to play on Sunday. I should say he is not practicing. We do it every Wednesday. We try to touch on all 32 teams. The count now, 6 down, 26 to go, but it's not a problem. We've got a full hour of NFL Live as we continue to make our way through the league. And still to come,